All new tonight, more HPD officers are learning how to better respond to calls involving mental illness.
Our Annalisa Burgos joined a course on crisis intervention to find out how it's helping the community.
So you guys are going to pretend that you guys are officers responding to a crisis event.
There are no guns or handcuffs in this police training.
Hi! Oh, yeah, my product.
Just positive words and a sympathetic ear.
I just want to make sure you don't go back in the road.
Members of the Honolulu City Council and I spent the morning with HPD's crisis intervention team. They train officers how to connect with people when responding to an emergency.
Buddy, get your ID with you.
And recognize whether it's a mental health crisis.
Thank you.
We practiced de-escalation techniques in role-playing scenarios and learned about different types of mental illness and stress management skills.
Our officers are still our front line to crisis, so how do we support them?
Thank you guys.
We don't need our officers to be social workers like myself, but to be able to have these skills, to just use it, not to diagnose folks, but be able to connect, find out what's going on, have that empathetic connection.
About 15% of Honolulu officers have gone through the 40-hour course, which includes site visits, testimonials, and coaching from social workers from the Hawaii Health and Harm Reduction Center and National Alliance on Mental Illness. Since the program began in 2019, Lusk said HPD reports fewer repeat calls and better outcomes from suicide calls. 1 in 4 people struggle with issues such as anxiety, depression, bipolar disease, and schizophrenia. A panel shared their stories of mental illness and the benefit of CIT-trained officers.
So I could see it in his face that he cared. His body language, it wasn't, over me, hands over the hips. It was just kind and concern.
Organizers say changing the mindset isn't easy.
Get on the ground!
But it was needed after HPD faced a number of officer-involved incidents with mentally ill residents that resulted in deadly shootings and costly lawsuits.
It's not about being soft. It's about being understanding and being compassionate and being empathetic towards someone. Because we can keep doing the same thing we've been doing all these years, right, and hoping for a different outcome. But now let's try and change the approach, and hopefully it'll change the outcome.
HPD says there are CIT officers in each district. It plans to have 20% of the department trained, so every shift is covered. When you call 911, you can now request a CIT certified officer. Annalisa Burgos, Hawaii News Now.